Safe Place initiative today. I want to acknowledge a few of the folks that are here with me today. City Manager Spencer Cronk. We've got Council Member Flannigan here as well. And then I'm going to list other folks that we have. We have representatives from Council Member Alter's office, Council Member Harper Madison's office, members from the Hate Crimes Task Force, the Travis County District Attorney's Office. We have the LGBTQ Quality of Life Commission, Pride, Black Pride, and the LGBTQ Chamber of Commerce, along with the Mexican Consulate Office. So there's a lot of folks here to participate in the launching of this program that is going to be so valuable for our community. We know that unfortunately and historically, victims of bias-based crimes are often fearful to come forward to the police when they have been victimized and report their victimization for a variety of reasons. And the reality of this is that it lets those offenders, those that have victimized them, not be held to justice, and it lets them continue their victimization of others. This can also lead to an underreporting of crime and therefore crime statistics that don't truly reflect the prevalence of these types of crimes in our society and in our community. APD wants to ensure that victims of hate crimes in our community feel comfortable coming forward and know that the Austin community and the Austin Police Department is here for them in that time of need. And that's why this program is so important to us. The Safe Place program is an initiative that was started by the Seattle Police Department to address the low reporting of LGBTQ+ crimes in their community. The goal was to increase trust in law enforcement by those that are victimized by hate crime, again, to get accurate reporting and to make sure the communities felt safe coming to the police. With the permission of Seattle Police Department, this program has now expanded to more than 200 police agencies across the United States, and the Austin Police Department is thankful that we are now joining in this initiative and that we will be part of the Safe Place program. The APD Safe Place is a unique partnership with the business community, and this will be something that business owners throughout the community have the ability to participate in and voluntarily join us. It works like this. Businesses that want to join this initiative will reach out to the police department, and they will be issued stickers upon completing the application that identify them as a safe place location. These stickers will be placed inside the windows and again identify them as a safe haven for victims of hate crimes to come in that moment of need. It lets them know that the proprietors of that business will be there for them, will help them call 911 if necessary, and give them a safe place to stay while waiting for the response from law enforcement and others. I think an additional benefit to this will be as these stickers start spreading throughout our community and become very prevalent, I think it will be better understood how much we support our entire community, including the LGBTQ+ community here in Austin. This program did begin in Seattle really to enhance the reporting and the support for those that are victimized by LGBTQ crimes. It now, however, has expanded to victims of all hate crimes, regardless of the motivation. So as these stickers go up, it will be identifying businesses across our community that stand in solidarity with and for these groups in our society that are so often marginalized or preyed upon by hate. The Safe Place decals, again, will be placed in the front of businesses that apply, and they will recognize that this is a place for those victims to come. We want to encourage victims to come forward for the reasons stated earlier. We need to have accurate statistics. We need to know what's happening in our community, where it's happening. But more importantly, we need to bring justice to those victims, hold the perpetrators accountable, not only for what they've already done, but to prevent them from doing more harm in our community. So this is yet a further step towards building that trust and getting these communities to come forward and report when these incidents happen. If you are a business that wants to participate in this program, there are a couple of different ways that you can do that. First of all, we have a website, and it is going to be austintexas.gov/APD Safe Place. And we will provide all of this to the media so that you can have it as graphics later. Or our coordinator for this program, Mr. Christian Mendoza, you can contact him as well. We will give you all the information for how businesses that want to participate in this can do so. I also want to acknowledge that we're doing this intentionally this week, being Pride Week, with the upcoming Pride Parade. The Pride Parade is a festival that has a long history here in Austin, and one that the Austin Police Department is honored and proud to have participated in for so many years. And we will be there again this year. I will be away at a family gathering out of state that was already planned. However, we will have a large presence this year. And additionally this year, we understand, coming on the heels of the violent and horrific hate attacks that we've seen play out, both here in the state of Texas and then the horrific incident that occurred in Ohio as well, we recognize that there's concerns in the community. We have addressed those concerns in our planning. As we do anytime we plan a major event, we take into account recent incidents and we amend our plans accordingly. What will be seen is a large presence of the Austin Police Department, as there always is, because we enjoy participating in this parade. The SWAT team will be in the parade. There will likely be SWAT apparatus in the parade. But there will be things behind the scene that will not be seen, but that will be there to ensure that we can pull this off in the safest manner possible, as we do year after year. There are also steps that the community can take, especially those that are attending the parade. First and foremost, have a plan. Know where you will go if something happens. Know where you will meet up with your group if you happen to get separated. Pay attention, look for things that may look out of place, and it's the old adage, see something, say something. If you see something that's out of place, or if you see something that gives you concern for security, it's important that you report that to the police so that we can go and evaluate that and make sure that there's no threat that we need to address. So again, we want the community to feel comfortable coming forward this weekend, joining the parade and having a good time, but take some safety steps to help us make sure that the event is held safely. But again, see something, say something. I want to thank everyone again who showed up for the unveiling of this program today. We look forward to this being yet another step showing the progressiveness and the welcomingness of Austin to all of our community. There's a huge thank you I want to give to Halcyon for hosting us here today, allowing us to take their space up for a while to do this press conference. And here, when we're done with the press conference, we will be affixing the very first Safe Place stickers to the doors here in front of Halcyon. They are one of the many businesses we hope will join the Austin Police Department and the Austin community in these efforts of protecting all against hate crimes. So my thanks again, and I now have the privilege of turning the mic over to Austin City Manager Spencer Cronk. Thank you.
Austin has always had a history of being inclusive and welcoming to everyone. And that is why we believe that we are so special. That's what draws people to Austin. And we know that hate has no place in our community. I really want to thank the chief and so many community partners that are participating in this program, because we need to make sure that everyone knows that they have safe spaces to be, and that everyone is committed to ensuring that we do not tolerate any hate in our city. And so I look forward to continuing to bolster this program, encouraging businesses to be a part of it, and making sure that we continue to have that inclusive, welcoming environment that makes Austin great. I look forward to seeing everyone at the Pride Parade this weekend, and happy Pride. I'm going to turn it now over to Councilmember Flannigan. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Chief and City Manager. This is a great day for the City of Austin. It's a great day for the Austin Police Department. It's a great day for this community, the LGBTQ community, but every community that faces down hate and discrimination in the City of Austin. I just want to thank my colleague, Councilmember Renteria, who's joined us here today as well. The work that's gone into this program in other communities and bringing this to Austin did not just happen today. This has been a long effort, and I want to thank the police department and our new LGBT liaison in the department, Christian Mendoza, for all of his hard work, not only to bring this program for the LGBTQ community, but also acknowledging that in the City of Austin, we look at every decision through the lens of equity. This is about every community in Austin. And when there's a program that benefits my community, being the first openly gay man to serve on the Austin City Council, I always seek, and I know the staff and my colleagues always seek to ensure that every member of this community is afforded the same resources and support and safety that we can have in the city of Austin. I also want to acknowledge the hard work of the police department in recognizing that as we continuously seek improvement in how we provide safety and how we provide justice, acknowledging when there are parts of this city that may not feel safe coming to an officer. That's an important acknowledgement, and working with the business community is a way to ensure that every member of our community, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of gender, regardless of any demographic marker, has a place they can go to report when there are hate crimes, to report when there are unsafe situations, and to provide that training to the businesses to ensure that we're not just creating a safe place, which in Austin, I think many of us, myself included, assume every business is probably a safe place, but when it comes down to it, are we really capturing the information in the moment? Are we figuring out how tall was the perpetrator? What was the color of their shirt? What were the situations that were involved in this crime so that we can further the cause of justice? These are absolutely critical steps in order to ensure that safety and justice occurs not just at the point in which our officers are involved, but at every step of the way in this community. So thank you to the chief and your team, to the LGBT liaisons team, and I want to bring up a man who I know has been working incredibly hard for many years to represent the LGBTQ community in the police department, Sergeant Mike Crumrine.
Hello, my name is Mike Crumrine. I'm the president of the Lesbian Gay Peace Officers Association, the first and only LGBTQ plus identified police association for LGBTQ plus police employees in the state of Texas. We are so incredibly proud to have had the opportunity in helping to bring this program to Austin. I want to thank Chief Manley, Councilmember Flannigan, the city manager, especially for their insight, their courage, and their compassion, and for wanting to go ahead and create an environment here in Austin where anybody, regardless of how you identify, your diversity is celebrated, and we created an environment that assures each one of our citizens that the police department will always strive to create a safe place where you can live and be your authentic self. After the brutal and cowardly attacks that happened on Spencer Deering and Tristan Perry, Chief Manley reached out to me and said, Mike, is there anything that we can do better? And I explained to him about this program that had been going on in Seattle. And I quickly explained to him how it was a unique program in which the business community partners with law enforcement to not only combat hate and bias and prejudice, but to create safe havens for people to come to. During that conversation, Chief Manley only asked me one question because he saw the value of this program, which was, how quickly can we get that here to Austin? Because he understood the need for that. I am happy and proud to say that within just a very few short months of those conversations, we've been able to train our entire police force, we've been able to implement the program, and we are the first law enforcement agency in the state of Texas to bring Safe Place to this great state of ours. In addition to that, regardless of us being the first and being the people that bring interesting and new things to Austin, this program is not going to work if it's not going to be, it won't be a success without all of us coming together as a community to send one message to individuals who have hate in their heart towards other people who are different than them. And that message is that your bias, your hate, your discrimination, and your prejudice is not going to be tolerated. As we saw in the aftermath that happened after what happened to Spencer and Tristan, this community came together. We stood resolute as a community, not only as our law enforcement, but our criminal justice system and everybody else in our community, to say, we will not allow you to attack what makes Austin, Austin, and that is our diversity. We refuse to have that happen. We ended up doing that with Spencer and Tristan, and I promise you we will continue to do that every single day. I have the pleasure and the distinct honor of representing many members of the Austin Police Department. And with that, I want y'all to know that everyone listening know that the men and women of the Austin Police Department want to look at you regardless of who you are, who you love, how you identify, regardless of the color of your skin, the religion that you practice, the language you speak, your nationality, ethnicity, or whether or not if you have a disability. We are here to protect you and to keep you safe. If you have been the victim of a crime and you feel that you were targeted because of the uniqueness of the characteristics I just previously stated, I encourage you to go to a safe place location and file a report, or to go ahead and go online and we'll give you that information and file a report that way so that we can go ahead and help. Again, I want to thank Chief Manley, his entire executive team, City Manager Ott, Councilmember Flannigan, Beto, Councilman, excuse me, Renteria, sorry, I'm getting corrected over here, which is true. For being here, I also want to thank Renee LaFleur with the Hate Crime Task Force, the District Attorney's Office, and everybody who has come forward to making this program a success. Thank you.
That's it, unless there are questions, and then we're going to move on to placing the decal here in a few moments.
I have one quick question. As you know, Austin boys had the most number of reported hate crimes in the time of the FBI last year. How does this program work in with statistics like that? That was kind of surprising, wasn't it?
It is, and again, when you look at statistics, you have to look at it a couple of different ways. That is something that very much concerns us because we have to pay close attention to that to make sure that we're addressing each and every one of those instances. But we also work so hard in this community to gain that trust, to get victims to come forward, that it's hard to compare to other cities that may not be as open and as welcoming to those types of reports. We want every single report in this community for an individual that has been victimized, whether it be a hate crime that we've talked about today or other crimes, again, so we can bring justice to them, but also so that we know when and where crime is occurring in this community so we can best interdict that.
Dulac, on your promotion of your safe place, are those decals in Spanish? And how are you going to get the Latino community engaged and be part of this program?
Well, there's going to be a tremendous outreach beyond just this press conference today. So we're hoping that the media attention this gets today, plus the work that we will do through our liaison with Christian Mendoza and others, that we will get this message out to all parts of Austin community so that we can have these stickers reflected around the entire city, also so that everyone knows about the program.
There will be Spanish.
Yes, yeah, and I think you saw that they are printed in Spanish as well. Yes, sir.
Last question. Great.
Thank y'all.